Welcome, gentlemen. On today's edition on the stereotypes, we have a special guest of honor, Princess, or should I say Ambassador and Princess Okechukwu, also known as Decency. Decency is a family advocate, um, a relationship or breakthrough coach, and then an emotional therapist. Wow, that one intrigues me very specially. And then she's also a pastor, right? All right. So Princess Okechukwu is the founder of the King's Herald and the convener of the 22nd Century Women. Princess, you're welcome to the studios.
Nice having me, Mr. Madabuchi.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank
Now,
you.
I think from this your brief resume, I came to understand something. An emotional therapist. What's that?
Yes.
What was that?
Okay, you know that if you look out there, you find out that we have a lot of people. So 80% of Nigeria have issue, have
Emotion.
have emotional issues
Hmm.
that is spanning from childhood.
All right.
So if you look at how will I say it? Everyone has a childhood issue.
And a childhood experience.
A childhood experience.
All right.
So I will believe that if a society need to be healed, we have
Okay.
to handle the emotional issues. So we do it through a therapy. So therapy
Okay.
helps us to handle that.
Because I think in social sciences they call it nature nurture relationship. Those things, those experiences you gather from childhood and then you grow up with it. That is what you exude in the society. Is that correct?
Definitely. But if it's negative,
Yeah.
you actually have to deal with it.
All right.
Because if you don't, you go out there, you affect the society. You know, they say a wounded person wound others.
All right.
So if, for example, you have a bitter childhood,
All right.
okay, let me use for example, a child that is being maltreated, the auntie treated her very badly. She doesn't know what love is all about. So when the child goes out there, grew up, okay, when the child grows up, what he or she intends to do when she have another person living with her, she'll melt the same
the same kind of attitude.
kind of thing.
Like it becomes a vicious cycle.
Exactly what she passed through when she was
She was
a child.
growing up, yeah.
She'll melt it back to that child.
Assuming the person she was living with is someone who gives her half chop every day.
She'll
She
be-
sees it as a way of training a child. N'iyi ya nnukwu nri, ịmago, olijuela afọ, ọma mmazi ihe ọ bịara ime.
Definitely, because if for example she didn't work on herself, know that this thing I have inside of me is wrong. Like the therapy we take the person, when that thing is happening to her, she's actually angry. She
Yeah.
doesn't like it.
Yeah.
You always be just like someone that is abusing someone, like just for example, if a guy that saw the dad
Always beating
abuse the
dad.
wife,
Okay.
beating the
Beating
mom.
the mom, I mean.
Yes. You see the guy is very angry. He wants to protect the mom. But when this guy get married, he care what the dad is doing.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't really understand even what the dad was doing in the process. And then while growing up, the father, or if he asks the dad, why do you? He will tell him, "Aye, na nsogbu, na emechi na ogodo ga-erudi mkpa ebe olu ibe ya." Do you understand? And then he has seen that the father is always handling the mother, maybe at each and every provocation, and those attitudes comes up. So he sees it as a right or the right way to handle provocation, especially in a marital setting, right?
The truth is, at that time, he's angry. He's actually bitter because he wants to protect the mom.
Yeah.
At that time, he's bittered. They want to save the mom from their dad.
Mhm.
But when he grows up, the only mental picture of what he has is seeing the father handling marital issue by beating. So he's not addicted to this. It just become part of him. So when he wants to address the wife, he have not actually seen how a good relationship has to be. Like he didn't witness it, he didn't experience it. So what he does is that mental picture of what the dad have created in his mind comes up, and he just just do the same thing. So,
Then what about a situation where you have because so many of us grew up never seeing our parents even quarrel.
okay.
There is because there are some of those kind of scenarios. You've never seen your parents quarrel. Some
Good.
people can tell you, "Nah, to be maybe." Do you understand?
Yeah,
And then they
definitely.
grew up with it. Do you think that they might not be better equipped to handle conflict in their own marriages?
Definitely, they might not be. I get him. Okay, it's possibility. Now it now boils down to the personal experience the child has. Now it could not actually come from the parents. Now, rape, boyfriend issue. Maybe she had this issue with her boyfriend, that this betrayal she has with her other friend, boyfriend, and so any she can get her experience from anywhere. If, for example, she have not witnessed her dad and her mom quarreling, so maybe she have a peaceful home, but the other aspects
Outside.
of her life,
That is the external environment.
good.
The
Her
influence.
school, the school where she's coming from, her friends. Are you getting me? Maybe she has low self-esteem. She's not proud of who she is. So anything can actually contribute to that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Anyways, I know that there are a lot of questions some young people always ask, especially intending people, because in your resume you have it that you are a relationship therapist.
Yes.
Now, let's start from the basic things. I don't know, misunderstanding. How do you think that in a family setting that misunderstanding should be resolved? Is it in the absence of the children in the family setting,
Okay.
or is it in the presence
Of the children.
of the children? That is one. The first one is in the family setting. The second one is why dating.
Okay.
How do you resolve misunderstanding? Or what is even misunderstanding as a therapist that you are? What is
Okay.
misunderstanding in this relationship?
Okay, let me use this simple explanation. It's just someone, your action, your words,
Yes.
and your intention is being misunderstood.
Yes, of course.
Are you getting me? So
Yeah.
probably you want to do this thing, you do it this way.
Yes.
And this person's actually coming from a background, a family background. This person already have an ideology of how things should be done. So you two are coming from another background, how things should be done too. So now you do something that didn't actually all go well with the nurse style.
That is you did something that maybe the person has because maybe in a relationship setting, these are two people from different backgrounds. All right, and then different exposures,
different experience.
You might not have known each other except maybe something brought you guys together and you started dating, right?
Yeah.
And then you decided to give love a chance in your life.
Okay.
And then the way this person perceives one issue. Okay, for instance, now I might like Pepsi. And then the other person doesn't like Pepsi, likes Coke. And then Coke, let's say we go out for a dating and then there is limited cash. Okay. And then I decide to buy Coke because it's cheaper.
Okay.
And then she's angry or aggrieved. Why don't you, or he's aggrieved, why did you get Pepsi? You should have gotten Coke.
Okay.
This kind of issues always arises in relationships.
Yes.
And then what are the best ways you feel misunderstanding this kind of, because you agree with me that most misunderstanding in relationships are caused by very tiny stuff.
Little things that have actually stayed for long.
For long?
Yes.
Okay. Educate me about that.
Little things that actually stayed for long, actually. Okay, let me assume, if, for example, you are dating a quiet person,
yes,
who don't actually know how to tell you how they feel.
Okay.
Maybe, let me just say, for example, someone like me, if, for example, you are doing something to me, and I actually take excuse for you, I keep taking excuse for you. Like, I'll keep taking excuse. So the day I got it here is when I start talking. Okay. So when I start talking, people think that is when that thing started.
Okay.
Are you getting me? So So you see some people who have this, maybe they have trained themselves to actually understand people, take excuse for people, believe that people are not perfect. They are meant to hurt you. So those people that are actually like me, so they can actually be sucking a lot of things inside for a long time. So when they got it here, they start talking. And
They
when they start
react.
talking, you think that is when it started.
All right. But being someone, why not? Is it better? Now I ask. Because from what you're scaring me anyways. Because I wouldn't like to date someone that maybe personally I hurt you and then you don't voice it out.
Oh, let me just
Sometimes
okay.
it's not proper
Okay.
in a relationship setting, even in a social setting. It's always, I feel most times that it's okay that if I hurt you,
You say
you
it.
just come out and tell me, guy, this thing you did, forget I didn't react violently, angrily, or anything, but it's not good. It's not cool with me.
Okay. Okay. Let me, I'm a leader and I've been leading for years. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll use that as an example. Let's be honest. Most people don't like it. 80% of people don't like it when you tell them that you hurt them. Actually, I do this experiment with children. I saw it in adults, and I did experiment with children.
All right.
And 80% of them were saying that if someone tell me that I did something wrong to them, I get angry. I don't like it. I say, why? He said, because why will you tell me I did something to you? 80% of children were telling me that they don't like it when someone tells them that they actually did something wrong.
Mhm.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, let's just imagine something that someone hurt you. You go and tell the person, you hurt me. This is what you did to me. I don't like it. The person will give you hundreds reasons why
He did it. He did what he
he
did.
did what he did. And guess what? Most of them will not say sorry. Some of them that say sorry will actually stay away from you. Why the one that did not say sorry will just be fighting you? Will just grow muscle and start
Maybe
fighting
very
you.
egotic set of people.
Definitely, that's what we have everywhere, actually. So, what I mean that when you do something to me, I take a screw. It's not based on when that thing is something deep hurting. If, for
Okay.
example, it's deep hurting, I'll find a way of bringing you and telling you this is actually what you did. But now, before I get there, I take excuse and I'm not angry.
And you're not angry.
Yes.
Even when the person wronged you.
I'm not angry at that time. I have actually built myself and fashioned myself the way that I can actually say I've seen a lot of things in life. So I've seen people too.
And you understand.
So I know people can do things. And sometimes they do things based on maybe they're coming from their house, someone hurts them. They have challenges. I've been to a market, I want to buy tomatoes, and I asked a woman, Ma, how much is this tomatoes? She said, please, I don't want it. I was shocked. I wasn't like, how much? I've not like started pricing. She started shouting. Then I told her, I said, sorry, ma.
It happens in the everyday market.
I said, ma, probably maybe the last customer actually hurt her.
Actually,
Or she's thinking about something happening in her home. She have an issue with her husband. She have an issue with her children. A lot of things. Nigeria is not working, so a lot of things is bothering a lot of people. So I think maybe I always have this feeling. If someone react this way, maybe something is eating that person up. Something is out there. So if, for example, I have this, how will I put it? Like this way, this compassion, empathy. I have it so much. So I have to go just channel my compassion first. What is wrong with this person? Maybe something is eating this person up. I have to know. So if the person is open enough to tell me something is wrong, so that's why I said I take excuse for them, making an excuse. So when that excuse is, you keep repeating the same issue, keep repeating the same, then I know that something is not now wrong. You're not intentional about this. Something that means there's an issue. So I'll tell you it hurts me.
Now, I think, anyways, I understand what you're saying. If you might permit me to actually recap on what you said.
Okay.
What you've actually said invariably is that most people who react, most of the causes of misunderstanding in relationship is because of parental, maybe nature-nurture relationship. Let me use that word because I'm more conversant with it. That is where you grew up in your home, and then your interaction with your immediate environment.
Okay.
And then someone is coming out too, and the person is from a different set of environment, and then
Yes.
you are in a relationship, maybe not even marital, but even maybe business or
Relationship.
any kind of relationship. And now the way they react to you is adequately proportional to the upbringing they've had.
Yeah, past experiences too.
All right. Now, given that as maybe that nature of relationship, if let me drive it home to where, because you are a relationship therapist, and now in the home or in the state of courtship, there are bound to be misunderstandings.
A lot of them.
And sometimes it can lead to what? Gender war. A war between the guy and
the girl.
Because the way the man understands the issues
It's different.
is different from the way a woman understands. The Igbo people will say that a woman always thinks straight, and that the men always thinks diversely before they react. What do you have to say about this kind?
Okay. Actually, okay, let's go back to misunderstanding relationship, right? Okay. If, for example, let me use this for example. Men and women actually have the way they reason things. Okay. We always say women are more emotional, men are logical in thinking. Even when a woman is telling a man, this is an issue, I think this is a problem, a guy doesn't see that as a problem at that time. And most time when a woman is actually saying that, there is something actually there.
Okay.
And that's the truth. There's something actually there. But because of a man being logical, they just are not saying it at that time. Doesn't mean it's wrong. No, both of them are, they are created unique in their unique way. They have, and God knows the reason why he did that way. So men and women, God created men and women to complement themselves, not to fight against themselves.
All right.
Are you getting me? Okay. So I had to go back to the gender war. You mentioned something about gender war. How did this gender war start?
Yes.
So let's go back to when some set of women will call now feminists.
Okay.
But then what we call them now, I want to use that extreme bitter feminist. Okay. Feminist as a name is not something bad.
Okay.
Because when this feminist agenda started, actually, it was when women were not allowed to go to school. Women were not allowed to. Was treated like infidel, second citizen.
Like second class
people. They don't have voice. So some women said, no, we can't continue like this. Are you getting me? We have the right to be heard. Okay. So that I'm sitting down here talking because of this feminist agenda. Are you getting me? Okay. That women are going to school. That a man is also training the daughter to be an empress, a governor, a president tomorrow. It's because of this feminist agenda.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Yeah. So the agenda from the beginning was not wrong. It's not something that was wrong. Okay. But some bitter people hijacked it.
Maybe those who must have had
bitter experience from a man,
their background, or even their parents.
From their parents, from a man. I always said, in every gender there are good and bad people.
Then there are another set of people you are forgetting. Those that are from broken homes.
Yeah, I'm still coming. I'm still coming. Yes, I'm still coming. Okay, so this family gender started that time because of these things. So they started coming. Can a woman go to school? They started advocating women should go to school, women should go into politics, women should go into every sphere of life. Do you understand? That's why you see women now taking their way there, taking their position, because some people good.
It's already an agenda.
Yes, are you getting me? Then it was not. Women were not anything. So now some sets of bitter women hijacked the agenda.
But can I disagree with you when you said that then women were not anything? Because even though there were, I think that there was a period in our culture, especially Igbo culture, where there were roles for every gender, gender roles, anyways,
Okay.
assigned to them. And now they saw that the reason, I'm not defending it, I'm happy it's changing,
Okay.
anyways. But the major thing was then, Anna, why? I said, why go do you also? Do you understand me? Now, it's not that there's something they actually gave the women that even the men or that you saw went to school then never had. I got to why you got more alcohol. Practical knowledge was an advantage given to women then. It's just that what I feel is that sometimes most people they didn't put a proper melange or understanding of the varying times in question, because the women were expected to go learn a trade, even some men who never had very sound academic knowledge were said that I got more mechanic, and they saw it as a thing of mockery as at then. But in the 21st century, as you have it today, even men, are even not no more interested that much into going into school. When I'm talking about school, I'm talking about the four walls of the school, because I call the man. And now the advantage those people gave to those our mothers. Now, if you see a woman in those days who was a seamstress, the children are crafty in cloth making and cloth designing. And now, because what I'm saying it is, I disagree when you say the women, because you are talking about feminism, and you are talking about it in the form of in the light of being disadvantaged.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Okay,
They were not
finished.
disadvantaged, but the major thing was there should have been a level playing ground. School, and considering also that then it was free or was relatively free.
Actually, Mr. Madabuchi, I don't think you are getting this. Okay.
Well, explain it to me. Let me understand it properly.
Actually, in the past, women were not allowed. We are not allowed. Their responsibility or the role given to them was actually in their home. Take care of the children, or go to the farm. If your husband have a farm, go to the farm, help do this. They were not given opportunity to go to school. That's the truth. Yeah, learning a trade is not something bad. Okay. Now, if for example,
not just a trade, even a skill.
A skill. Learning a skill is not bad. It's about if this child is a public figure, this child is called to be on the public. This child is called to be in politics. This child is called to be a leader in a firm. This child is called to be a leader in any social environment. It was not given to them.
Okay.
They were asked to stay where they are. Even if a woman is capable, opportunity was not given to that woman. So this set of women saw that they are at the back. They were not given this opportunity to say something out. Okay. Now, that is where the feminist agenda started.
The earliest
agenda started. I said it was hijacked. Now I'm trying to explain that some bitter women that have bad experience from men, then some men that probably a guy killed their sister by beating.
Okay.
Or people that maybe a girl that saw the father beat the mom to death. So some broken, that's why I said emotional broken women, emotional damaged people hijacked some sets of it. Now started going against men. They started fighting against men. That is where I am against. I stand for balance. I believe that in every gender, male or female, there are good and bad people there. So I don't believe that you say all men are bad, all women are bad. I don't believe in that. Okay, I believe some people are bad. Now look at what is happening. Now this bitter set of people have hijacked this thing. Now some men, we call alpha men, are also rising up again. So we see some set of men now rising. Are you getting me? Yes. Now fighting back at these women, saying that women are slaves. Let us take them back to where they're coming from. they belong to the kitchen.
The one place is in the
In
kitchen.
the
As one
kitchen.
of
Are you getting me?
just our past president actually said that.
Are you getting me?
Yes,
So you're
I
taking
get
the
it.
women back to the kitchen. Women are slaves. They don't deserve anything good. So when a woman, even in the marriage, do as you want, her opinion doesn't count. There is no mutual respect and understanding. So you see how something that started, that you were treating women before bad.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Some set of women come and say, please, can you give us opportunity? As they are giving us opportunity, some bitter, wounded women hijack it, started bringing some bad influence. Deal with the man.
And now, yes.
When you see a woman,
Yes.
deal with the man. Don't
Yeah.
get shot. When he comes, suck him, mess him up, and throw him. And guess what? Is this good man that is falling victim to these dangerous women? That's the same way the good women are falling victim to the dangerous guy. He's just there.
That might be because of maybe listen, there's always this saying on the street that good girls always loves bad guys.
It's true.
But it's just like that. Good girls always love bad guys.
Because of
And
their
now,
swag.
and now even the good guys end up
Attract
messing themselves
with
up
the
the wrong set of
women.
people.
Yeah.
So it's more like positive and negative attracting
But
each
not
other.
all the good girls.
Most times, in
Most-
most scenarios.
I'm a good girl. I went for a good guy.
Mm.
Good. So you know, in
You will
everything,
tell me about that.
you know, now I'm saying, I know who I am. I have values. I have principles about the kind of person I want to marry and how he's going to be. Are you getting me? So I went for something that is like that because I was thinking about my children. I was thinking about a good home. I was thinking about an environment where my children is going to grow up and they are sound emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise.
But you know, most times, the good guys, most times, some of them, they don't have what the youths of these days call swag.
That's
Now, all the swag belongs to the bad guy.
I
They have cliques, they get doing.
yes.
Like they go out and then, it's fun. You want to go clubbing, you want to experience some little bit of, silly things.
Oh.
Silly stuff. And then the good guy wouldn't give it to you. He comes, he just says, come back home. Oh, yeah, come and cook. He will even go to the market, which is also boring to some women. And he goes to the market, buys food stuff, bring it home, and then keeps. Even some that knows how to cook, we start cooking. And some girls say, "Chai,
No woman in the right sense will actually work against a man that is helping her out.
No, what about the obere and zaman aga agbata na eye ego? Like, okay, let me ask you for instance now. Can you say that throughout your relationship life that they've given you 4,000 naira to buy food stuff? We are on camera, so Bob, be sincere. Now they've given you 4,000, and then out of that 4,000, you spend the whole 4,000 in buying only food stuff without obere and zaman because in KG you go to shop.
Actually, when I was dating my husband, he has no money.
Yes.
So he has no money that I would say that he's giving me like 4,000 actually to go and buy something.
Hypothetical.
Yes. So yes, I'm telling you, most of us got married by faith.
Okay.
Most of us got married because we saw a vision in a man. Not actually we saw his pocket. When I was marrying my husband, there's nothing to. He doesn't have anything, but he has vision. So you're talking about he giving me 4,000 to go and shop. I don't think he has that money to give me at that time.
Oh, really?
Are you getting me?
Okay.
So I wasn't marrying him because I have guys that was rich, very, very rich that was coming. Outside the country, even in Nigeria, that was coming. And they are loaded. They want to actually do something. But it was not about the money.
What, is it that you don't like good things? I'm coming. Is it that those guys coming? Is it that you don't like good things? Or you don't like good life?
Okay.
Or what?
Okay. I'll answer it like this. I want a good life that have peace in it.
Now, some people will listen. Forget this preaching. Now, some people will tell you that they rather cry in Paris than crying inside that mode
so
where there is no light.
That is their own definition. That is their own principle. That is who they are.
Now, what gives you peace? What is peace?
peace is where I come in, a man that I and my husband having mutual understanding, mutual respect. He listened to me, I listened to him.
Yes.
He's there. Look at me, I'm here. He's supporting my vision and supporting his vision.
Okay.
He loves God, I love God. We have the same principle, we have the same value. We want to raise godly children. Getting me?
For instance, let me ask you.
And I am not scared that he's somewhere messing up with someone. I'm not scared that we believe in the same marriage. He don't believe in one polygamy that I'm with him. One day, one woman is walking into my home that she's not in charge. So I'm not scared that he's somewhere messing up, because I know that he has principle and he has God. Not because he just love me, but he loved God.
Okay.
So loving God makes him, because he loved God, I don't want to fail God. So we believe in the same thing. So it's not I don't like good thing. I love good thing, but I was having faith. I'm looking at a man who has a vision. He doesn't have the money now, but I'm seeing the vision.
No, but let me ask. I
was hungry.
Oh, you've been hungry before.
I was hungry. I was pregnant with my child, and I was hungry.
Huh.
I was pregnant with my child. I was eating biscuits. There was no food anywhere. We are pastoring a church. And when we are pastoring a church, we have this church where we pastor. And in this church, we have young people, students. When they finish, my husband, we are working. He works to work. I also work. I was teaching then, and he was working. So, and he's working. We have students that after service, they're coming from transportation. They are coming from food. They don't have food at home. So you start sharing all the money you have. You share to this sister, you share to this person. People are coming for school fees. And you have to pay for venue, hotel venue. A lot of things is taking the money.
Right.
The money he was working and I was working. So money was coming in, but it's going to different places.
All right.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I see a vision.
You saw him as a man who has vision.
He has a vision. A man that has a vision can achieve anything. That he doesn't have